You know, Tomi, what is motivating Democrats to turn a blind eye to this issue? Is it political? Are they motivated by blind compassion in some sort of way that is clearly misguided? What is it?
No, this is not compassion at all, because if you look at the individuals coming over, yes, they're being able to come over to the United States of America, but they're not going to come over to live the American dream. They're going to come over to live in the shadows. So when I hear Democrats say that having an open border is compassionate, I have to really throw the BS flag on that one. But I've told you guys before what I think the motivation is, and it's not some big secret. I believe the Democrats want to usher in as many people as they can into this country as possible. You have dedicated Democrat voters who are indebted to the Democrat Party for getting them across, and I believe that that is what they're really looking for, is a new voting bloc, and that's what they're bringing in, because otherwise there really is no excuse for it. This is dangerous for the migrants, it's dangerous for Americans, and it's not something that can be sustained much longer.
Hi, I'm Maz Jobrani, and so is that guy. Today, I want to talk to you about Tomi Lahren, who went on Fox News to complain, saying that Democrats are letting people come across the border because they want them to come across and vote Democratic. What is wrong with these people? It's like Tucker Carlson, who said Democrats are trying to let people immigrate because they're going to be more obedient voters. What the hell does that even mean, an obedient voter? I don't get it. Tomi, do you really think the Democrats are letting people come across the border, and what, as they come across the border, do they ask them, would you vote Democrat or Republican? How does this work? Do they look at them and go, oh, you're probably not as well off financially, you'll vote Democrat? Is that what they're doing? How do they analyze? How does the questioning go? Do they say something like, do you like red or blue? Do you like donkeys or elephants? What's the questioning that determines the people coming across the border are going to vote Democrat? If Tomi and other people on the right actually looked at statistics rather than just blabbering off, they would see that in the last election, a lot of immigrants and a lot of Latino voters actually went further right. There was the Republicans gained more Latino voters. Maybe they're at the border asking immigrants if they want to vote red for the red elephant. Maybe the Republicans are doing it. It's such a crazy theory that Republicans have created, and it basically is replacement theory. That's what it is. It's a nod and a wink to the extreme right, to the racists and the nationalists, to say, look, the brown people are coming because they're going to take away your vote, they're going to take away your jobs, and they're going to bring in crime. That's what they're saying. While the truth is, actually, whether the immigrants come or not, America is becoming a more diverse country regardless. Why? Because people of diverse backgrounds are having more babies than white people in general, percentage-wise. So maybe white people, you got to, maybe Tomi, maybe it's time to start having more sex. I don't know, having more babies. I don't know. Maybe that's the way to stop more brown people from becoming a majority in America. Maybe that's the way. By the way, the immigrants who are coming to this country and brown people who are growing up, people of color who are growing up in this country, are the workforce that in the future are going to be helping older white people get their Social Security and get their economic benefits that they worked all their lives for. So we need people of color and a diverse background to create a workforce to keep our economy going. And by the way, Tomi, if you guys over there at Fox and people on the right are going to say, oh my God, look, they're letting in rapists and drug dealers and all that other stuff. The biggest threat to America are Americans. It's not immigrants. Statistically speaking, immigrants commit fewer crimes than American citizens. So if you really want to stop somebody from coming in, you should stop Americans from coming in, but they're already in. So it's too late. Maybe do something about guns. Maybe do something about limiting guns and accessibility to assault rifles and high-capacity magazines. Maybe think about that, Tomi, rather than demonizing people coming to this country. Now, with all that said, I will admit, we do have a problem with our immigration system, and we should deal with it together. But we shouldn't demonize the people coming to this country. I came to this country from Iran. Most people leaving their home country are coming because they are having trouble in that country. A lot of times America's involved with the trouble. In Iran, America was involved in a 53 coup that overthrew a democratically elected leader. And then later on, when the revolution happened, a lot of Iranians came. Similarly, in a lot of these countries in Central America and other places, America's had some hand in destabilizing those governments, and those people are coming here for safety. No one's in a great situation at home going, wow, life is great. I got all my friends. I speak the language. I'm making a lot of money. Let me get up and go to somewhere where nobody wants me, where Tomi Lahren doesn't want me to come, where people will look at the color of my skin and say, oh, we don't want you because you're brown. Also, Tommy, if the Republicans would stop complaining about immigrants and embrace the fact that a lot of immigrants that come to this country, if they're coming from countries that are very religious, they probably have a lot more in common with Republicans. They probably are anti-abortion, anti-women rights, just like Republicans are. They probably are similar to Republicans. They want to have lesser taxes and less government involvement because some of them are coming from countries where the government was overly involved. What I'm saying, Tommy, rather than criticizing the immigrants and blaming them, the people coming across, maybe you should embrace them. Maybe the Republican Party should actually try to grow their tent. Maybe the Republican Party should actually try to have some ideas. They don't have ideas, and that's why they're just trying to demonize people of color. That's it. Donald Trump in 2016 first came out. He said the Mexicans are coming to get you. They're going to be rapists and drug dealers. Then he did the Muslim ban. The Muslims are coming to get you. And then in the election leading up to 2020, he said black people are moving to your neighborhoods. They're coming to get you. There's always someone coming to get you. But really, the person who's causing the most problems are you guys, the Republicans, by making, again, guns easily accessible, not putting funding towards mental health problems, trying to make abortion illegal so that women that don't want to have babies are going to end up having to have babies and not being able to take care of them. So think about it, Tomi Lahren. Stop demonizing immigrants and stop trying to nod and wink to the far right with your replacement theory bullshit and take responsibility. You guys are feeding a lot of poison to a lot of minds. I hope you guys sleep well at night. Not really. I don't hope you will sleep well, but I don't know how you sleep. Bye, Tommy.